Praise the Lord. Libraries are wonderful. Okay, that was the first 5 seconds. How much do you think it costs? Literally for me, today it was free. That first picture is the oldest church in America. It's in Virginia. Pretty sure I can prove I paid for the Christmas card. My dad painted that oldest church in America. This story is wild. Libraries are wonderful. Stephanie Jones Blevins McPeak is someone I'd like to take on a trip to Europe. And do you remember, she's also a hero in my third fight against homelessness and fighting for all that's right for my family. I would like for her to meet Mrs. Cahill. I really would. I'd love that to happen. And I'd like to ask Stephanie, do you remember, Stephanie, when you asked me when we met, you helped me get water? And you used to be homeless, and you told me, you said, do you ever be like being at the library all of the time? Let's get the Library of Congress to look out. Let's do that. Mr. Cahill, Mrs. Cahill's son, he doesn't like Washington, D.C. He can deal with that. Stephanie, maybe Mr. Cahill at Library of Congress, if he wants to. It's his choice. I like him there. It's his choice. Who are these people? I completely understand. Never really introduced them like this before. Stephanie's my friend from McDowell County, West Virginia. And Mrs. Cahill is the mother of the only man I would have ever married. And today, right now, it's still probably true. That's the case. If no one else marries him, I might still ask him. But if this is something Mr. and Mrs. Cahill probably can already know, just like that. This is a picture of the crane right by San Francisco City Hall, and that is their last name on it. Mr. Cahill is a 2-time combat veteran in Afghanistan, and he was homeless on the day I met him. How much more is this going to cost? I don't know. It's costing a lot of people a lot. It's costing this nation to watch this video. Some people, it will cost a lot. I want to have to ask Representative Sarah Stevens for your help again. Representative Sarah Stevens is my mother's very first divorce attorney. I want to ask her if she could connect me to Nathan Fry. I want to ask Nathan Fry, who grew up in the same house I did. What we just saw there was oldest church in America. And I want to ask Nathan Fry if he would help, if he'll do it for us. I bet he and Michelle Fry and the Fry family will be supportive of this. If we grew up in the same town, same home in the same town, right there in North Carolina, can we get the Frys help in creating a GoFundMe? And can we raise, at least our goal would be $57,000. Let's do that. Our goal is $57,000 for the town right now. We're going to do $57,000. Why? Because it's over. There were more than 57,000 airplane engines alone bearing Henry Ford's name against Axis Powers. My dad stole over $20,000 for the town right now, West Virginia, for a mural supposed to honor U.S. veterans of the Vietnam War. So Sarah Stevens, I have to ask you for your help again. Can you ask Nathan Fry to call me? Can I have a phone call with Nathan Fry when that gets done? If that gets done, can I get a phone call from him? An affirmative. We're about to tweet this, Nathan, and I will retweet however it comes from Nathan Fry. I think that would be the very best way. Nothing's perfect. This is real. I did go #1 in the country on Twitter, not on that feed. That is my feed I've had since college. It ain't perfect, but it is still, I believe, like Pony Express. It's the very best way when you need to get something out, like out. Twitter, country start. So I think that will be the next step in the very best step-by-step of what I'd like to achieve here. So it's just like, I want everyone to watch this video with Nathan Fry. If he does call me, and I'll retweet it, I'll have to get a phone with him like as soon as I can. Hopefully today. That'd be great. I think that'll be the best thing, because the next thing I want to do, at the end of this video, you'll see my regular fundraising links. How about this? If we raise money, $57,000 on a GoFundMe that Nathan Fryer creates, basically, then we have a way to donate for the town right now. Let's see how fast we can do it. Let's also, at the other end, with my regular fundraising links, try to raise $57,000 as well. And I want to use that money that I get from my regular fundraising links. I want to know if we can see Michelle Fryer. We need this big great idea to see my 1994 mother again. Let's see her, glimpses of her we can see. I believe it's possible. I believe it's something for it can happen. Let's see if we can get Nora, my Aunt Nora and her girls. Rachel Milner, my brother's ex-girlfriend. Rachel Acosta. Rachel Blevins. Let's ask, you know, the ladies in the family if they'd like to go to Holland. See Rachel Milner there. Some tulips. And then let's do something for Jean Batlow. See if Senator Shelley Moore Capito might agree that Jean Batlow, I believe, as Nathan Thomas Acosta. Hi, my name is, I don't care if you're Marcella Harrington or Chris White, her daughter, it doesn't matter to me. She never blamed somebody for going back to work. Marcella, I would like to know if like, all these women I just mentioned, and can we just take them all to Holland and see my 1994 mother again, and go to Italy and do something for Jean Batlow? I hope we can proclaim a state treasure. Can you see a pickle we're in? Should it be state treasure, national treasure for Jean? Why don't we just ask Melania Trump and have her figured out like that? I think national would be the way to go. Let's ask Melania. I think those would be two great things we could do. This video is over 15 minutes. It's going to cost us a lot, but I think it is the best thing to do. There'll be another video probably later today. At the end of this video, you're going to see more images. Basically, my YouTube channel, I have smoked my dad. Smoked again. Probably the best smoking my dad I did was that video, America the Beautiful. It's all for you, and it's right before Take All My Clothes Off, dedicated to Melania Trump and Janet Jackson. It's right before that when I play that Van Morrison song. That's probably the hardest smoking, but all of it, every single video. Anyway, because there was over 57,000 airplane engines alone, going to hear me for tonight we get Axis Powers. That's why. Today we're doing 335,000 plus. Future's worth more than past. Let's see a picture. I think this is the first picture. It's the last picture of me and my dad and my brother. So, let's see a few more images. I think this all makes sense. They're worth your time to watch. Charlie Ergen, Thunder Dish, and the whole rest of the world. It's not almost heaven, it's 7-Eleven. Basically, in real terms, I'm going to use those words basically, technically. I kind of think I know what right here. What I'm asking for is 60 seconds or less. Your time, Charlie Ergen. I think it will be worthwhile at 700 Days Homeless today to just go ahead. I'm so close to achieving housing. They say it could be like 30 days or less to just, well, I'm asking for two things. One, three. I'm asking for a meeting. I would like to come back to Dish. I worked for you. I got promoted 366 days from Bluefield, West Virginia. And I was, I worked for Kelly Lucas on 3rd floor. I don't think it'd be good if I had a hotel room, probably at the Hilton Garden Inn at Colorado Boulevard in Alameda, until we can have a meeting like today, as soon as possible. Go ahead and get a room for me. And then, until we have a meeting, and then I think it would probably be worthwhile, just use this time to get housing for us, which is me and Dish, basically, to coordinate the best plan ever for the future. Just basically the way I could explain it. Now we're at 90 seconds. We're running over. That is it in a nutshell. And that's what I'm asking for. Now we'll go into like a 5-minute version of that. So I think enough people, Christy White, Tamika Powers, to be able to work with and believe in, I do have an enduring love for them. I think that I ain't going to stop. I don't think they are either. It's the right thing to do. It's going to sound a lot like that in this video. I'm going to do a 5-minute video. This one, and then I am working on, is probably going to be like an hour-long video. That's roughly about where I'm estimating it's going to be. So I'm doing like 3 things. I'm doing, 90 seconds. I'm doing a 5-minute video. This one here. And then I'm going to do like an hour-long video, which is encapsulating my experience just last night. I'm going to this morning, kind of roughly about, about 12 hours. That kind of explains the cost. The highest cost we've ever paid. Just to stay one place. Just stay where we are on this planet. Satellite spin around the sky. It all kind of sounds very, I don't know what the word is. It doesn't really matter to me. You're going to get the point. I'm homeless. I talk to billionaire. Basically. And there we go. One of the highest costs. I just ran out of storage space. This video now, that one little, clip there, segmented, that costed me all the storage space I have. It's 4K. It's the best I can do. iPhone 13 Pro Max is pretty much going to be crystal clear forever. Okay? Basically what I'm trying to say, and I'm going on the fly. I'm going to try and paint my goal and objective here is to get a 5-minute video up as fast as I can and send it to people that can send it to you. It's basically my goal. I'm not going for perfection, but it's going to be fine. I'm going to be fine with it as fast as it goes. I would say like Whitney Houston is somebody I think everybody who ever sees this video is going to know. Janet Jackson, asking for more. Pepsi, her slogan for the Super Bowl, basically, is still number one. Double number one is we have Marian Anderson. All 3 of them women I consider national treasures. Okay? Like, there could come a day. I hate to think of it. I don't want to think, but I'm aware it's possible. There could be, to me, Whitney Houston is the best singer. Right? There's the greatest voice. It's possible. I heard of what Marian Anderson, it's not, you get to this point. I have this video called, it's examining Whitney Houston and George H.W. Bush on where they were in 1991 and 2001. And kind of, they were stretching the limits of what was possible. Whitney Houston in achieving her success in Gulf War, and then create a new order for George Bush. It's a good video, but basically, I feel like I'm a college professor already, but I'm not. The university is right there. Anyway, Marian Anderson, greatest voice of all time, probably ever recorded music, right? Then we have Whitney Houston. So, like, basically, like, 50 years go by, could be, we will have a voice. Maybe it's better than Whitney Houston. I don't like to even compare Marian Anderson. There can't be any better than that. Okay? It's just how I want to explain it. This video is about 5 minutes long already, my best estimate. But what I want to say is, we have this point where you should know it's very important. It became very important to me about the time I quit Dish. That I have this identity as a country star. And then I talk to everyone. And it's become so important. And the best way to explain it, only man I would have ever married, he's worried about going blind. So I have already put a message on social media, a Morse code, opened up in Braille. I was already thinking of that 2 years ago. I've done it for 4. So basically, that's what it is. It's very important for me to talk to anyone, a code only man I would have ever married, if you can't see, if you can't hear, if you got any arms or legs. He was a 2-time combat veteran in Afghanistan, and he came back on the day I met him, Charlie. It was September 11th, 2020. It was 15 minutes after I dropped my equipment off in Inglewood. And that's when I know my life ain't never be the same again. and I'm fine with it. And nothing I can do about it. It's just the way it is. I'm gonna use what he does not like, wizardy, kind of like talking rhythms. Tamika, I know, also didn't like that, but it's just the way it is. It's just I don't know how to say it any better than that. It's gonna sound like that. Maybe it's next video, but basically, what we have here, we have my father, Tom Acosta, a big deal, an artist in the Wyeth Gallery, painter of the largest mural in the state of West Virginia, on West Virginia's public broadcasting public service announcement. He's a big deal. He, Governor Jim Justice, and Senator Joe Manchin really are, I think, a good argument to be made here, costing West Virginia more than it's ever costed before. It's going to cost West Virginia its reason for existence. It's costing West Virginia the fight for it to exist itself anymore. Here's what I mean by that. My father, in February 2023, after I had been homeless, after he already made me homeless, undefeated it in 2016, in February 2023, after my father already knew I was homeless in September 2022, really did say to me, pretty much, I'm going to leave you here in this cabin and go sleep with a 7-year-old boy. Okay? That's what he said, and then he went and did that, came back. It's rock solid what I believe. He said that, he did it. My father has a portrait of Uncle Mike in Senator Manchin's office. Named the state treasurer, I think. Pretty much already is. If it's not officially documented, it's basically, I think Governor Tomlin said it was the state treasurer. I think Joe Manchin thinks it is, or it is. It doesn't really matter. It basically is. We would find many people in a week in West Virginia say, agree, it's a state treasurer. Okay? So, my dad has a close personal relationship with Senator Manchin and the governor. There is living history. 2018, I was on Norfolk, West Virginia, replacing that basketball capital of the world sign. Okay, that's costing. That's what it costed that. It's costed that specifically. We replaced that sign. Governor Jim Justice showed up with his wife and told me, I said, I outran a security detail. He said that to me. Then took my iPhone 6, and took that picture. I'll show you. I was just doing this for speed, but it's just like, my dad was like, oh yeah, it's already happened. So my gut is already, I already know, it's already fact. My dad has met Governor Jim Justice on the side of the road multiple occasions, and he has sped away from the detail of his security because he didn't want to speak to Tom with anyone else there present. It's a problem. I think we all agree. I think we can find 1 billion people say it's a problem. Another problem, and like these videos kind of Charlie Arkins, kind of to you, main audience, but it's public. A lot of these videos are. All of them, right? Somebody called me in 2024 on a Google Voice number I used to use when I worked with my dad. And they said, Tom, I'm at the governor's house. How do I get in? I don't know which house it was. But if my dad apparently can get into the governor's house, that's a problem. If he's sleeping with a 7-year-old boy, it's so huge. My dad is just like, the problem here, it's a red flag factory problem. Atomic bomb. That's what we got. Like, here's where we're at. This is really where we are. This is where we're at, this video. And then he's known Joe Manchin for a long time. I do think Gail Manchin is our magic boomer, our leader God sent us. She's from Raleigh County. I believe in her like I've never believed in her before, but I found out she's caring about religious freedom in our brand. So how much does it cost West Virginia? A whole lot. Like, we could look at, I want to go to 2 events that happened around the state capitol. One, it would be, one thing to know, my father's favorite memory of the new millennium, or after he got divorced, would have been taking me and my brother to the George W. Bush inauguration. It's a cold, snowy day. He's got pictures of that day. We are sad. It's cold. We didn't like George Bush. We didn't want to be there. For my dad, it's his favorite memory. It's probably that way because it's probably for him a sign of recovery. He probably believed this was before 9/11, same year, but before that. And he probably believed George Bush was the better of the two options there, and he probably had hope. probably George Bush, not Obama. For my dad, is probably the case. Probably can't understand that. It was like maybe 2002, 2003, I think. I don't know specifically, but it was around that time at the state capitol. This is the first event when we were right there near that Veterans Memorial, that blue and stone, rock solid, right there. Pretty much what it was. It was around that grassy area where we found out there was going to be, and there was, LL Cool and the Gang had a free concert that we didn't even know. We were just there, and they were like, oh, in a couple hours, we're going to have LL Cool and the Gang. It's what we found out, probably at 7-Eleven. Dad might remember specifically, but that's basically what happened. So we went to that LL Cool Gang free concert. It was free. It didn't cost us a thing. We saw them. It was too hot. I think it was in the fall. But basically, we see all that gold on the Golden Dome. I believe that gold on the state capitol is priced like $500,000. That's about what gold, if they scrape it off, that's what they would make on it. Governor Jim Justice in 2017 has already lost over $500 million of his own money. Is it related to Tom Acosta? It basically is. When I say those words, it is probably true. Governor Jim Justice has lost that money through COVID and bad investments unrelated to Tom Acosta sleeping with a 7-year-old boy, but it is fact. During this time, that's how much money Jim Justice has lost. And I do know, because I was there in 2018, Jim Justice was already there, having a problem by speeding away from security detail to try to talk to my father. Okay, we have to go right. That's the case. I believe, argument to be made, my experience across this nation 6 times, if you're being promoted 366 days, you go work 1 floor below you, and I do look you in the eye. I'm not stairwell. Mr. Ergen, I sure did. One time, I was always ready. I have got experience with the 3 paintings I had to frame myself. It cost a lot. And I had to frame my own paintings for you, Mr. Ergen. It was about a little 2-inch. I show you. I don't think I have any more. Well, I have to, I'm sad. But I've got the pictures. My dad agreed to paint 3 little things go on my desk, and we had COVID. Never got to see them, but I've got a story and the pictures, and go get the receipt right over here. Where I'm framed. I had to pay for them frames. My dad does give artist gifts. I had to pay for them frames. It costs my dad. The world has to know that. It's not good. It costs a lot, the highest cost. But I would say it's also costed already. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Now that state song, and John Denver from Denver. I'm here in Denver. Go top of the world. America Beautiful is right over there. I mean, there's already a video of me called America the Beautiful. It's all for you. And I'm literally standing right there at that fortification in the ground when this nation really was and did prepare itself in case the Japanese came over. And there's literally, I'm standing on basically the first country road. Almost heaven is United States of America, and it's that moment, that video. It cost me anything, but it's costing that moment specifically where I'm playing it on remix. Then when we lost it over that one, well, fine, let's do it. But basically, you can say, Mr. Ergen, how much this is costing West Virginia in terms monetarily, with the governor's more than already $500 million already lost, and what I just said about Golden State Capitol and the cost of the state. So it's costing West Virginia, and here's another one. Let's just go ahead and bring this last thing up in this last 15 minutes, and then I'll send this to you. It's probably going to be over 15 minutes. This whole video I get compiled. Probably going to run out of storage space again. Next cost, and this has been one that I have been really waiting on. This is the first time I've ever seen it, I think. Do you ever feel like Abraham Lincoln is getting dated? Like, what I mean by that is, ain't as big a deal as he used to be, and that is like that's like Whitney Houston and George H.W. Bush pushing the limits of what is possible kind of thing. Here's what I mean by that. There's a statue of Abraham Lincoln, who was the creator of West Virginia. Basically, he created West Virginia to end the Civil War. It was going to be, you know, that quote about if I could do anything, you go, end it. Anyway, I would. Right? I had walked across that statue in West Virginia by the Kanawha River, and I did not have a place to go. Later on, next day or two later, I was kidnapped. Right there, next to the second event. Next to where that LL Cool and the Gang concert was, is at Taco Bell. That's where I was kidnapped. One of those men, I was kidnapped by two men. One of those men was racially captured, I believe, and I am ready to forgive him. Almost already was when the kidnapping happened. I'll go into that later. The second person, I don't think I can forgive. I'll say that. So there's two events: Abraham Lincoln statue, and then I was also in California at City Hall, and there was another statue, Abraham Lincoln, and I walked by that one and I'm still homeless across this nation. And that's when you start thinking about. And then another thing about Abraham Lincoln is at Dish headquarters on Lincoln Avenue exit. Think it is. Abraham Lincoln's still a big deal, but here's another thing. I was at the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, I've been there long. 99, 2000 New Year's with my dad. We got that on YouTube. It's done by the broadcasting company. And then there's also this moment, not 20 years later, with my mother and Richard. Don't know if he's alive. A arms dealer to Saudi Arabia. She married. Okay. There's a picture of me and my mom and Richard, and they don't seem to know who Abraham Lincoln is. 20 years earlier, about 2000, my mom was proud to be riding down the road with my brother and helping him recite the Lincoln Gettysburg Address. 20 years later, she doesn't seem to know who he is. Neither is Richard, who's British, so he about or know who Lincoln is. But they were like, let's just go to ice cream. It was just a very catch-all. I accosted at tryout. It's the only time I've seen my mom in 2020s. We have to believe in our dreams. I cannot believe Tom Acosta anymore. I cannot believe in West Virginia University. The way it is, here's another cost. Okay, I've already said it before. Let's just say it again. So it rubs in. Dr. Eloise Elliott, my boss when I was the project director for West Virginia University. And that celebration event we did at the Armory on October 23rd, 2014. Leslie McDowell, the McDowell man, she came down there for that. It was the one time I saw her and didn't have lunch with her. It was during that time she had to get EpiPen scandal going on. But she did have a belief in them kids and dancing, and I got video on that. I was the one that did it. You know, McDowell mentioned dance to the Bradshaw Elementary. It's all there. But she had to believe in them kids. She might not believe it. She might never had a choice. And EpiPen scandal is basically what I was saying. But Eloise Elliott, my boss, she really did want to play Beachin' by Jake Owen as the last song we were going to play for all of the kids. And I said, no, we're not going to play that. We're not going to play that song. And she persisted on it. And I was like, I'm project director, and I say this will not stand. Like George H.W. Bush. Because Jake Owen's Beachin', that song has references that are not appropriate for kids. So we played Happy by Pharrell Williams. It was just, I had to overrule that bower. And that hurts. It's a cost to Eloise Elliott. I have to say the marks. Okay? Now the cost. Dr. Sean Bolger, the other one on the project, leading the grant, I asked him, what is it? McDowell Choices was McDowell Coordinated Health Opportunities Involving Communities, Vibrant Schools. I remember asking him right after I got the job, in an interview in 2013. I tried to look up, because I was already number one in the country in the field for what I was doing in social media. It's how I pretty much got that position. But I remember asking him, I was in Rutherford, center of the county, where my office was. I remember asking him specifically, what is coordinated health opportunity? I was like, right after a day or two after I got the job, I was wondering, what was that? Okay, here's how it's costing Sean Bolger. He said, oh, we just made it up. Okay, I was number one in the country. I was 26. I was really interested to know, what is coordinated health opportunity? And he said, I just made it up. I think Eloise laughed. That cost the College of Physical Activity Sports Sciences. WVU ain't never been the same again. Gordon Gay ain't never been the same again. He's paid $800,000 a year, twice what we paid United States American president. Okay? this is how much it's costing. That's really the dollar amount it's costing. There's more facts about Gordon Gate. Basically, I think I've said enough. I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna go get me a drink. I'm thirsty to death. I got a drink, brought it here, drank it. I'm already thirsty again. So it's gonna cost me time to go get a drink and walk. I walked. I'll show you my fitness app. I have walked over 100 miles every single month I've been homeless. It's already documented. There are some things I can prove. Recently, like 2-3 days ago, I walked over 30 miles. So it's over statistically 16 times more likely to die just for being homeless, but it's costing actually more than that. It's more than 16 times because it's longer than in 1 year. We're almost at 2 years. So statistically, it's higher than 16 times my likelihood of death. Just for me to go walk over there, get a drink, come back, where there's Wi-Fi and a place to charge the phone here at this library, that's how much it costs. I'm gonna get this video online and send it. I'm probably going to get a water, and then I'm going to go get me a snack and a drink. And then I'm going to do so like by 4 or 5 o'clock for sure. I'm confident. I'm 100% confident. If I survive, go into the 7-Eleven and come back, there will be a video by 5 p.m. Mountain Time, that hour-long video I'm talking about. This is like maybe the 15-minute one, probably. It's going to be over 15 minutes. It's just what it costs. It costs more than we ever thought it was going to cost. I'm trying to do this video, and see, I'm not doing it perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection, I'm aiming for speed. And now we're understanding, I think we are the cost. Now let's find a way to just hold on.